Never stop reading Bible. Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're journeying into Isaiah, specifically chapters 49 through 52. Some really powerful stuff in here about a mysterious figure called the suffering servant and Israel's restoration.
Right. And our goal really is to unpack how these ancient texts tell this incredible story. It's about leadership, suffering, divine promises, things that honestly still resonate today. We're looking for those connections.
Okay, let's unpack chapter 49 then. It introduces this suffering servant almost immediately. What's the first big thing we learn about him?
Well, what's really striking is how big his mission is right from the start. It's not just about Israel. I mean, yes, restoring Israel is key, but the text says he's also meant to be a light to the Gentiles.
Gentiles. So bringing salvation beyond Israel, that sounds pretty radical for its time.
Exactly. It's this universal vision. And how does he achieve it? Not through force, but through, well, selfless suffering, enduring hardship for God's glory, not personal gain. And this comes right when Israel feels completely forgotten, you know, God's promising restoration anyway.
That's quite the promise.
Yeah.
But Israel themselves,
Well,
they weren't blameless in their situation, right? Does chapter 50 get into their responsibility?
oh, absolutely. Chapter 50 dives right into that. It confronts Israel about breaking their covenant with God. Isaiah uses this pretty stark metaphor. He compares Israel to a wife who left her husband because of her own actions.
Wow, like a bill of divorce caused by their own sin.
Precisely. It highlights that their captivity wasn't arbitrary. It was a consequence of their choices, their disobedience. But then you get this incredible contrast with the suffering servant.
How so?
Well, while Israel was unfaithful, the servant embodies like perfect faith and obedience. He knows God's teaching, he endures hardship, abuse even, but relies completely on God. He's focused on fulfilling God's righteousness, no matter the cost.
That difference is really powerful. Okay, so after that kind of heavy confrontation in chapter 50, chapter 51 seems to shift gears towards comfort.
It does, yeah. There's a definite pivot to hope. God starts reminding them of the foundation. He says, "Look to Abraham. I called him, blessed him, made him many." It's grounding their hope in God's past faithfulness.
So reminding them of the original promises.
Exactly. Reaffirming that covenant and promising huge blessings, total restoration, assuring them that God's law, his justice, his righteousness, it will be established by his power. And you hear the people, the remnant, pleading too, asking God to awake, sort of like they did back in Exodus.
So in the Exodus,
yeah,
that's significant.
It really is. It underlines God's power, but also signals, you know, that the judgment time is ending. It's like saying, Jerusalem, wake up. Salvation is coming.
Okay, so we've gone from this global mission through failure and faithfulness to divine comfort. How does chapter 52 wrap this all up? What's the climax for Jerusalem and the servant?
Right, chapter 52 brings it all together beautifully. You get this vivid image of Jerusalem getting ready for restoration, taking off the old, dirty clothes, putting on beautiful new ones, purity, glory. Captivity is ending.
A sense of real transformation then.
Definitely. And there's joy because the Messiah's return is anticipated. But the really astonishing part is about the servant. Remember how he was described earlier? Rejected, suffering, disfigured.
Yeah.
Well, now he's shown as being highly exalted by God, so high that nations and kings are just amazed, speechless. All that past suffering and dishonor, gone, replaced by praise from Israel and, well, everyone. The whole journey culminates in glory.
This deep dive was made possible by insights from the Center Studio.